Look at this building. Two circular rings. One side, a glass greenhouse growing food year-round in a fully enclosed courtyard. Other side, a resort-style pool, surrounded by loungers and warm amber light inside its own private world. And between them, a covered stone entry breezeway, connecting the two like a Roman gate. Now, I've been doing this long enough to recognize when something is genuinely new. And I've also been doing this long enough to know when something that looks new is actually ancient. This building? The Romans did it first. Not the circular steel rings. Not the standing seam metal roof. Not the floor-to-ceiling glazing. But the idea. Two distinct courtyard worlds within one unified structure. One productive, one recreational, connected by a ceremonial center. That's a Roman villa, in a Barndominium, in 2026. Here's the full story. If you want architecture content that traces ideas from ancient Rome all the way to a steel-frame Barndominium on a green rural property, subscribe to Barndominium Haven right now. Hit the bell. Stay till the cost section. Because this building is more financially accessible than it looks, and the per-household economics of this configuration are genuinely compelling. Let me give you the real historical context before we walk the building. The Roman villa, specifically the Villa Rustica, was organized around two distinct functional zones. The pars urbana, the refined residential section, organized for leisure, dining, bathing, and contemplation. The pars rustica, the productive section, organized for food production, storage, livestock, and self-sufficiency. Two zones, one property, completely different characters, and the most sophisticated Roman villas at Pompeii, Herculaneum, along the Bay of Naples, didn't just separate these two zones by a wall. They gave each one its own courtyard, its own enclosed outdoor world, its own garden, its own microclimate. The productive courtyard was where the kitchen garden lived. The ornamental courtyard was where the triclinium, the outdoor dining room, faced. And between them, the fauces, the entry sequence, the ceremonial transition from the public road to the private world inside. That's exactly what this building is. The left ring is the pars rustica. The right ring is the pars urbana. The breezeway is the fauces, 2,000 years apart. Same organizing idea. Let me walk you through what this building actually consists of. Because from the aerial, the geometry tells a very specific story. Two circular ring structures, each approximately 80 to 90 feet in outer diameter. Each ring has a continuous stone-clad exterior wall, approximately 14 to 16 feet tall, with large floor-to-ceiling inward-facing windows looking into the courtyard, not outward, inward. The exterior face presents a solid stone-clad wall to the world, exactly as the Roman domus presented a blank wall to the street. The roof, dark standing seam metal, runs continuously around the full perimeter of each ring. One material, one plane, no interruption. The central breezeway, a covered entry pavilion with its own pitched roof, sits between the two rings at their point of closest approach. The approach, a gravel drive lined with tiered stone retaining walls, manicured plantings, and lantern-style pathway lights, arrives at the center of the breezeway from the south. The property sits in open rural landscape, green pasture, tree line at the perimeter, rolling topography beyond. Now let's go inside each ring. The left ring is the productive world. At its center, a full glass greenhouse structure, Victorian-style ridge glazing, cast iron frame detailing, sitting on the courtyard floor, approximately 30 feet long, 16 feet wide, surrounded by organized raised planting beds, arranged in a formal geometric pattern, radiating outward from the greenhouse. Gravel paths between the beds, espalier plantings along the interior ring wall, climbing plants trained up the stone face between the windows. This courtyard is producing food, tomatoes, herbs, citrus, greens, whatever the household chooses to grow, year-round, because the glass greenhouse at the center provides the protected growing environment, while the surrounding ring walls shield the entire courtyard from wind, from the worst temperature extremes, from anything the exterior climate throws at it. The rooms in the left ring, kitchen, dining, utility spaces, pantry, and food storage, all face into this courtyard. From the kitchen window, you look directly into the greenhouse and the planting beds surrounding it. The farm is visible from the kitchen. That connection between where food is prepared and where food is grown is the most functionally integrated residential condition I can think of. The Romans had kitchen gardens directly adjacent to the coulina. This building extends that idea into a full ring surrounding a productive greenhouse. Now the right ring. Completely different world. The courtyard of the right ring holds a circular swimming pool, approximately 20 feet in diameter, centered precisely in the courtyard. Surrounded by a continuous stone pool deck, outdoor loungers arranged at the pool's edge, potted palms, and tropical plantings in large stone urns, a built-in outdoor kitchen along the interior ring wall adjacent to the living spaces. This is a resort, inside a barndominium, inside a private courtyard, that no road can see into, that no neighbor overlooks, that no passing car will ever know exists. The rooms in the right ring, primary bedroom suite, spa bathroom, secondary bedrooms, living room, entertainment space, all face this pool courtyard. Every bedroom window looks at the pool. Every morning, you wake up, open the sliding panels from the primary suite, step directly onto the pool deck. No weather check needed. Because the pool courtyard is enclosed, the ring walls moderate the microclimate, blocking wind, holding warmth, creating a space that's 8 to 12 degrees warmer than the exterior on a cool spring afternoon. The Roman baths, the thermae, were the most visited public buildings in Rome. Not temples, not forums, baths, because the Romans understood that warm water, private outdoor space, and time to do nothing were not luxuries, they were necessities. This ring builds that argument into a private residence. The breezeway between the two rings is the most important 20 feet in this building. And it's doing something very specific. It's not just a connection, it's a threshold. In the Roman domus, the fauces was the narrow passage between the street and the atrium. It created a compression, a spatial tightening, that made the courtyard beyond it feel more expansive by contrast. In this building, the breezeway creates the same effect. You arrive by car along the gravel drive. You pass through the stone gate pillars. You enter the covered breezeway, a relatively narrow, fully covered entry space, with the pitched roof above and lantern lights flanking the entry. And from inside the breezeway, you can see through doorways into both rings simultaneously. Left, the greenhouse courtyard. Right, the pool courtyard, both visible at once from the entry. The productive world and the leisure world, presented simultaneously at the building's organizational center. That moment, standing in the breezeway, seeing both courtyards, is the most architecturally charged spatial experience this building produces, and it's free. It costs nothing beyond the breezeway's construction cost. It's just the geometry working correctly. My favorite feature. The stone-clad exterior wall, presenting a completely blank face to the rural landscape. Here's why. From the driveway, as you approach, this building does not reveal itself. You see stone walls, a dark metal roof, the pitched breezeway entry, lantern lights. You don't see the pool. You don't see the greenhouse. You don't see the life happening inside. The building is deliberately closed to the public face, and then you enter, and the two courtyards open up on either side of you. That revelation, the contrast between the closed exterior and the abundant interior, is the Roman trick. The domus's exterior walls were largely windowless. Sometimes they had shops built into the ground floor. But inside, the atrium, the peristylium, the garden, the fountain, abundance, color, life, hidden from the street, revealed to those who entered. This building does exactly that. The exterior says nothing. The interior says everything. That restraint on the outside makes the interior feel like a discovery every time. The mistake: adding exterior-facing windows to the outer wall of either ring. I know why the temptation exists. The property is beautiful. Rolling green pasture, tree line at the horizon, sunsets to the west. Of course, you want windows facing that view. But the moment you put significant glazing on the exterior face of these rings, you've broken the building's fundamental logic. The logic is, the courtyard is your world. The courtyard is your view. The courtyard is your nature. Everything the building offers, light, air, garden, pool, comes from inside. Windows on the exterior wall say, the world outside is more interesting than what we built inside. They undermine the entire Roman argument that the best outdoor living is the outdoor living you control. If you want a view connection, put a small, carefully positioned picture window at one point on the exterior wall that frames a specific landscape feature. One tree, one hill, one specific view. One, not a band of glazing, not sliding panels. One considered opening, like an arrow slit in a castle wall. Small, deliberate, specific. Keep the exterior closed. Let the courtyard be the only world the rooms need. Real numbers. 2026 mid to premium market. 00 ring Barndominium. Left greenhouse ring. 85-foot outer diameter. 38-foot interior courtyard. Approximately 1,900 square feet of conditioned ring area. Right pool ring. 85-foot outer diameter. 38-foot interior courtyard. Approximately 1,900 square feet of conditioned ring area. Total conditioned space. Approximately 3,800 square feet across both rings. Circular steel frame and standing seam metal roof. Both rings. $210,000 to $320,000. Curved steel fabrication isn't a standard kit line item. You need a fabricator who's actually done circular perimeters before. And that experience is what you're paying for here. Go with someone underqualified on the curve work. And this number goes up, not down. Stone cladding. Exterior walls, both rings. $50,000 to $80,000. The stone exterior is the single most important material decision in this building. Real stone, laid by a mason who's done it before. Don't substitute veneer panels here. It's the thing that gives the building its Roman weight. Structural engineering, $18,000 to $28,000. Ring beam foundations, both rings plus breezeway, $62,000 to $95,000. Breezeway entry pavilion, covered link, pitched roof, lantern fixtures, stone gate pillars, $32,000 to $48,000. Left ring, greenhouse courtyard, Victorian-style glass greenhouse structure, cast iron detailing, raised planting beds, gravel paths, irrigation system, espalier wall training system, $38,000 to $62,000. Right ring, pool courtyard, circular concrete pool, stone pool deck, outdoor kitchen, loungers and shade structures, landscape lighting, pool equipment, $65,000 to $95,000. The pool is the most expensive single courtyard element. Don't value engineer the pool structure itself. The ring walls around it cut wind-driven evaporation and heat loss. so it costs more to build and less to run. Closed-cell spray foam, both rings, $38,000 to $58,000. Interior finishes, left ring kitchen, dining, utility, $42,000 to $65,000. Interior finishes, right ring primary suite, bedrooms, living, $52,000 to $80,000. Inward-facing glazing, courtyard-facing walls, both rings, $44,000 to $68,000. Mechanical systems, plumbing, electrical, HVAC, both rings, $68,000 to $104,000. Septic, $10,000 to $13,000. Site work, drive, landscaping, $22,000 to $38,000. Contingency, 18%, because a build with this much custom fabrication deserves a wider buffer than a standard one. $137,000 to $211,000. Total realistic build cost, $895,000 to $1,380,000, fully finished. Mid to premium US market. 2026. Let me frame that correctly. This is a 3,800 square foot custom residence with an enclosed, productive greenhouse courtyard, a private resort pool courtyard, real stone exterior cladding, and curved structural steel, a building geometry no production builder offers. At $895,000 to $1,380,000. That's roughly $235 to $365 per square foot, which puts it solidly in mid-range to luxury custom territory, not entry-level. And that's before you factor in that a comparable conventional custom home at this size, in the $350 to $450 per square foot range, most premium markets are quoting in 2026, lands at $1.33 million. The 00 Barndominium delivers two private courtyard worlds, one productive, one recreational, generally at or below the cost of the conventional custom home it replaces, with the top end of this build overlapping the bottom end of that comparison. That's the honest economic argument. It's not a blowout deal. It's a legitimately efficient way to buy an extraordinary spatial experience. Here's what this building is actually saying. The Romans understood something about how people want to live, that we want to be productive, to grow things, to make things, to feed ourselves, and we want to rest, to swim, to sit in warm water, to do absolutely nothing with excellence. And they understood that those two desires don't compete, they complement. The Villa Rustica had both, the productive zone and the leisure zone, because a life well lived needs both. The 00 Barndominium in this image makes exactly that argument. In steel, in stone, in glass, in 2026. Left ring, grow. Right ring, rest. Breezeway, arrive. 3 words, 1 building, 2,000 years of architectural intelligence behind it. Subscribe to Barndominium Haven. Tell me in the comments, greenhouse courtyard or pool courtyard, which ring would you be in at 8 p.m. on a Saturday? I genuinely want to know, and I'll see you in the next one.